Let's have a look at building your QIP on a bad day. So what is a bad day? Bad day, the room's in a mess, the children are crying, parents are doing a visit, nappy changing's happening, no one's effectively interacting with children, and somebody has also enrolled 8 new toddlers on the very same day. So then, it's such a bad day, you leave the service and say, I'm resigning, I'm going to work in a supermarket where I can sit down and go blip and get paid more money. And then you start to say, no, let's actually have a look at the day. So we reflect against the day after a good night's sleep and we think, yeah, we love children, so we'll come back. And we put it out for all educators to see what we could improve upon. What went wrong today? What wasn't working? Why wasn't it working? So we collect ideas, so you can put those down as notes and put them into your QIP folder. And then when you collect the ideas, you create a new process. How can we be better when we have all these new children? Should we actually enroll that many new children on the day? Then we train the educators to the new process. And the next section is why we're so different to the old system. We're really proud of what we've achieved, and we're proud to show the assessor how we've improved. So it's not like the old system to be perfect on the day. So let's have a close look in detail. So let's make next week better. So we start collecting ideas about how we can do it. Be more prepared, set the room up to distract, divide the room, have activities to engage, 10 interesting things to go, bubbles, puppets, set it up on the shelf to be entertainers. Then we evaluate the new week compared to the NQS. So the following week, we're more prepared. And then we might find an element, 5.1.1, interaction with each child are warm, responsive, and build trusting relationships. Now from the big blue book we're all sent, it says, what do we aim to achieve? Educators who are attuned to children's thoughts and feelings support the development of a strong sense of well-being. They positively interact, and the assessor could see if the atmosphere is generally relaxed and happy. So that's what the assessor's looking for. So we've identified the issues. 8 new toddlers entered the service on the same day, and we were totally and absolutely not prepared for it. So if we were to look at our QIP now, let's have a look at it in detail. So, for example, the first one is the element from the standard. So 5.1.2. And what does that element say? Interactions with each child are warm and responsive and build trusting relationships. And from what the blue book says, we can work out what our priority is. Well, it needs to be high because we don't want our educators leaving us to work in a supermarket. And how we'll get it? So we've reflected against our practices, we've changed our room configuration, and we're prepared as educators. And that's what we've written into our diaries or our QIP. And our success measure is an atmosphere that's generally relaxed and happy. When do we need it? Well, we need it now because we can't risk losing any educators because they're too hard to find. And our progress notes, we compare ourselves from last week and it's much, much better. And like I said, it's completely different because we're really proud and we're on the front foot with the assessor to show, see this is where we needed to identify where we had an issue. And this is how we fixed it. Look at how good we are now. So it's not someone standing back and observing, it's us having an interaction with the assessor and showing them what our issue was and how we fixed it after we identified it compared to the elements. That's the big difference with NQS.